Thank you for joining another episode in Noise in Silve's Head. We're doing another YouTube live podcast recording. Hopefully everything goes well. Um, which probably, if you were here early, you would have known that nobody was hearing me and I kept on talking. So last week I did this, or the last podcast I did this, and it was more of a review of what happened for the last 5 episodes. Initially, I was supposed to do an all like Polinian, or like people from where I finished college or where I went to school and all that jazz. But I got scared of asking other people from the school. Like, I was thinking of doing the last 3 podcasts would be my professors, but I got scared of asking them to join in because I don't really know what to talk about with them. So now the rest of the season, which is the remaining 6 episodes, I will try to do through YouTube by doing live, and every week I will set a topic that people can comment on, and I will probably read those comments through the live and give out like other informations or other things I could share. Like in this podcast, we will be talking about funny work stories. I have I think 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 from me, and 5 from people that has commented on my posts on my Facebook page, which is Silverfire. I do apologize for that static noise. I don't know where that is coming from. Probably from my PC. I was supposed to use the mic I was given, but the supposed sound card that I can use with that is not working. So I may have my sound card. So yeah, might as well just do our intro here and have our stories ready. So again, thank you for joining another episode of Noise in Silve's Head. We are recording this August 8. Have you been to Shopee or your preferred online shopping store? I hope your wallets are safe. Mine wasn't. And so today we're gonna be talking about funny stories from work. Like, it could be a story about working from home, or a story about when you were still in the office and all. So I decided to do it in batches. So I do have 2, actually 3 like segments. So one would be work from home stories, Tagalog stories, and stories from people that gave me like comments. Hey, Marie. Okay, give me 1 moment. I am being called. That's my phone. So yeah, we'll start the stories. So we'll start with work from home stories. These are mine. And basically, yeah, work from home stories are like our calls I got, like, ever since last year. We've been working from home. We've been taking in calls while at home and in the Philippines. I don't know why, even if you live in the city, you have roosters. Oh, also, I would like to acknowledge, hi, Chine. Thanks for joining the recording. We have roosters. It's not even hens that you could get like eggs from. It's just roosters. So a part of me really wished that I could let you listen to the actual call, but I don't think I'm allowed to do that, and I might get in trouble for that. So let's not. So I do have three personal stories that I would really want to share with you guys in terms of calls while working from home. Okay, so the first story I have, one time I was talking to a customer from the US, because I usually support people from Canada, but I have been cross trained to support customers from the US as well. So he was one of the customers from the US. Um, then our rooster crowed. He stopped talking and he was I was basically trying my best not to laugh because I knew that he was going to be like he was about to ask me where did that come from, because it was pretty loud. He said that he looked around on his desk as well to check actually if someone placed one on his desk. So he heard the rooster and he looked around and said, "What was that?" I was like, "Yeah," I just basically said it was a rooster. It was our rooster. And he was like so surprised that there was a rooster in the area, and then he also asked if where I was working from. So I told him I was working from the Philippines, and so he understood that. That was the reason. That was really funny, because he stopped. Like you knew he's like looking around and checking where, because he told me on the call as well that it sounds so close to him. So he was surprised. So that was one, and another rooster story is somebody from Canada asked, "Was that a rooster?" They were so amused, and thanks to that, the call kind of got chilled because they were sort of not annoyed, but they were kind of stressed out that their order did not go out sooner, because we do have like estimated ship dates for their orders, but that particular order did not go out when we told them that it was supposed to go out. So yeah, she asked, "Was that a rooster? Where are you working from?" The usual. And then also, what was the one thing she said? I, I really want to take this call and save it and let you guys hear, cause this one was really funny. The one from Canada just went crazy. It's like, "Was that a rooster?" Yeah, I told her, yeah, it was a rooster. Um, and we're working from home, and she just goes, "Really? That's amazing." It's like she was so amused that I have a rooster close to me. But yeah, good thing that rooster. I mean, it was a good thing that she was amused by that, because I didn't really know what to do anymore for that call, because she was pretty upset that their order did not go out as soon as they, because that was also sort of like a quick order as per their request. Um, they did ask me as well where I was from. I told them I was a Philippine, so that's an additional amusement factor to me. Um, at this point, this is really nice that I'm able to tell where I'm from, because I think some centers are still not letting their people say where they're working from. But at the same time, the moment you say where you're working from, they might give you, they they might turn like, "I don't want to talk to you because you're not from the US," and all that jazz. But yeah, our customers are pretty chill. There's another customer, so he usually talks a lot, and sometimes I don't know what to do when in a call, because his inquiry is just asking for price. Um, the March would know who this person is because we work together. He would basically ask or talk about random things that is not related to the order or to the part that he's looking for. Usually, a price and availability call would be around 2 to 3 minutes, especially if the part is available for us to, so I could provide the pricing. But when this person calls, The call has the tendency to be as long as 10 minutes. And I am glad that we do not have call handling time. So yeah, 10 minutes of random talking. So one time he heard the rooster crow and he suggested that I should make helmets for them because in the Philippines are used for cockfighting. So he was saying I should start a helmet line for the roosters, and a selling point is that brands, or maybe food for the roosters or boosters for them so they could fight better, is to have brands on their logos, like put their logos on the helmet. You know how when you're boxing, the boxers are wearing shorts, and those shorts are pimped up with logos, with sponsors and all. So that's what he's suggesting, to have a line of helmet for fighting roosters, and then have the brands put their logos on there for advertising. So yeah, those are a few work from home stories I have. Thanks to roosters, I wouldn't have this conversation. I wouldn't be able to share this to you guys. I will be moving on to a Tagalog, to the Tagalog part of stories that I have here. It's not really Tagalog. It's just basically interactions with customer that knows Tagalog. So yeah, people who does not understand Tagalog will not need to worry. So like 90s, not 90s, that's too early. In the 2007, I started working. I used to work for an in-house collection department. We call out customers, bank customers from the UK. Once we verify that we are talking to the owner of the account, we'll go ahead and let them know that there are future auto debits that will be coming out of their account that might be declined since there is not enough funds in there. So we basically are trying to get more funds so that to make sure that the auto debit would be covered, and as well as their credit standing would not go down in any way. So one of our customers, I'm not sure if they're not really like British. I think they're another nationality. I'm not sure if they're like from India or Pakistani or something. I forgot because I cannot really discern. There is that accent. So, and this last name, which I don't really remember now, but it's Indian sounding, or they're from Asia as well. So one of the customers I spoke to asked where I was from. I told him I was working from one of the global service centers of the bank located in the Philippines. And then he just goes, "Kamusta ka?" They asked me how I was, and I just said I was good. They did sound like they were disappointed that I did not say mabuti naman, which is I'm good in Tagalog, or something similar to that. But I did tell them that I wasn't allowed to use the language while on the call, but I was glad that somebody from there know our language. So yeah, that was one. I have one more. This is the latest one. The March knows about this as well. So on another call, this is me like now while working from home. On another call, I needed to check with the vendor if I needed to check with the vendor about their order, and I'm not able to provide them the answer while they're on the call right away, right? So I would need to wait for the vendor to get back to me so I could update the customer. So I've asked this customer if it's okay for me to just email the information once I have it. So they know that I am from the Philippines, and they just go, "Syempre naman." So at that point, I was surprised. I honestly thought I had a YouTube video playing in the background, and got scared that it can get recorded. So all our calls, all our blah, 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 all my calls or all our calls right now are recorded. So yeah, I got scared when I heard that, and I thought that's like, oh my god, it's not going to be heard on my recording. So while I was finishing the call, because I wanted to make sure, I actually asked them. I've asked them, was it them that said "syempre naman," which is pretty much like, yeah, that's fine, in English. And they said, yeah, that was them, and that the reason why they know Tagalog or Filipino is because they're married to one. They're married to a Filipina. So that was surprising. I was going back and forth with the email as well, and then when we got everything resolved, he sent me a got it and thank you, and then he goes, I think maraming salamat, and I replied to him that you're very much welcome. I'm glad I could assist. And then at the bottom I said walang anuman, which is pretty much like, which is similar to like you're welcome in English. So yeah, those are funny. They're fun and light stories. It's not super like it's not super funny. It's just fun for me, guys. That's funny for me. I don't have anything else. But the helmet story is funny. Like every time now, I think he insisted on that idea twice because he heard the roosters again. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stories from 4 people. I have 2 for Marie, which is she's in the chat. I have 1 from a former coworker in Makati. Karen's. Okay, I just saw her Marie's comment. Karen's, no Karen's. I have not encountered any Karens that their demands are too much. Nothing like that. All my customers, both from the US and Canada, are pretty good. Some you would know are annoyed, but some of them would also let you know that I'm sorry, I'm sorry I'm going at you, but this part is needed and all that stuff. The order is needed as soon as possible. And I understand because we tell them when it's supposed to go out, but it didn't go out. So yeah, I don't think I have any Karens. There is one that sounds like a Karen, but she's fine. Can tell her name though, but she's Korean and she's nice. She even really asked me what my real name is. And she wanted me to be called by my real name because usually when I call, I introduce myself as Anne because it's easier. No Karens from my customers, probably because we talk to companies and not end users. So yeah, we'll move on to now. This next story is from my coworker from Makati. This is really funny because she sent this to me to Twitter. And it was like, I was shocked when I was reading it. So, here's her story. So, I went for a break to Potato Corner to order Mojos. While on my way back to the office, I realized I was eating fries. So, I got annoyed because I wanted Mojos. And then she basically saw that she was eating someone else's French fries. She was in the elevator eating someone else's French fries. So the people she was with on the elevator had Potato Corner fries, and she was taking from that. Also, she did tell me that she did not know these people. But yeah, on the good side, she did try to offer them their Mojos. Or her Mojos. But they declined. So that one was funny. But yeah, fry story and Mojo stories are funny. That was funny. Also very embarrassing. My friend did My friend did say that was embarrassing. Okay, since Shine is here, we tell Shine stories. Okay. Yeah. It's not even someone else's order. It's just they've already gotten their order. My friend already has gotten her order. She was walking back to the office. She was in the elevator and she was eating fries. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's her term is that's how lutang she was, that she didn't even realize that she was reaching for someone else's bucket maybe. But I love her and that was funny. And I'm grateful that I'm able to tell this story to the whole world. She agreed to it. I mean, she didn't say I can't tell the story. So yeah. So Shine, it's time for your story. Okay, I'll just read it based on how you send it to me. So here's Shine's story. I was about to attend a meeting, but I woke up late. Then I was in a hurry to go to the venue that I have not checked my phone, and when I reached the venue, all the managers and the business owners were there. And the owner said, "I think you're in the wrong meeting." And yes, indeed, I was. So, Shine, what was this meeting about? No, no anonymous. You send this to me. No anonymous. It's too late. It's too late, Shine. I'm not gonna change it. I said it was yours, but they're never gonna know what kind of meeting you were in anyway, so that's fine. Okay, we move on to another funny story. And so, Marie sent me two stories. Okay. One of the stories is involving a cucumber. So one of the co-workers had a cucumber left in their drawer. So they were working in a school. They had cucumbers. I don't know where the cucumber is from. Maybe from the garden of the school. And then they left for their semestral break. So that particular coworker forgot the forgot the oh my god, what? She forgot to bring home the cucumber. They left for semestral break, and then when they came back, once she opened her drawer, the cucumber is now yellow, probably rotten, and with mold. So I hope that gets clean, because now we cannot put more food in that drawer because it's going to be moldy forever. I don't know really what happened. Why is there a cucumber? But anyway, so that's the other story Marie sent it, and the other one is that there was a time when the school didn't have water for a day, and their students, or one of their students, I guess, left the faucet on the, I'm assuming it's a room on the second floor, open, and then just, I think within the day the water came back, and then when, I guess this is so hard, wait, I don't know how to praise this story, this is pretty bad, I don't know how to tell a story, so okay, let me just read this according to how you sent it to me. Okay, there was also a time when we did not have water for a day, and our students left the faucet running or open. Then we came back to work the next day, and the water rained down to our faculty room and flooded the whole office. So I'm assuming there is a classroom on the second floor. They left the faucet there because some of the rooms in the Philippines would have their own bathrooms and would have their own like sink for washing hands. I'm not sure if it's a standard, but yeah, some rooms would have that. And then they left, the water went running, and then it flooded their faculty room. As long as there's no papers that got wet, I think you should be good. You should be good. I'm about to close this because I just have one more story. Wait, do I have another story? I was thinking of another story. Oh, yeah. You know what? I don't mind telling weird stories or funny stories. I do have another one. So I used to work for a call center inside a mall, but that's gone now. So I think I was late, and it was it was Monday. It was dress up Monday. I was like, I usually dressed up before, like when you go to the office, Mondays to Fridays. No, Mondays to Thursdays are like dress up. I think it was a Monday, yeah. First day of the week, and that's how I started it. I was pretty late. I think I would only have 5 minutes the moment I stepped on the elevator. And I was using a service elevator for that mall because we're allowed to use that as long as I have my ID. And I was wearing heels, and I was late. So I decided to take off my heels and book it. Like, run to my station because I need to log in. I need to turn on my PC and log in. Can you imagine me wearing stilettos? I removed the stilettos so I will not trip and fall on my face because I was going to run. And yet, the moment I removed my shoe and started running, that's the moment I literally went down on my face. I plopped down. Imagine, I was wearing slacks. I was so formal. And then I tripped. I was not wearing any shoes, and yet I tripped. How clumsy can I be? Very, I guess. That's why I don't want to wear heels anymore, and I don't want to be like dressing up. So yeah. Good thing though, it was the guard that saw me. Only the guard saw me. And to think I went down in front of the in front of the IT department. They were like in an aquarium and I was in front. And I was so lucky as well that no one was there. No one was there. But now everybody knows that I tripped while I was trying to get to my station. My station was about exactly 5 minutes of a walk. But I had to run, and I'm not sure if I still was late. Probably I was late by a minute or so. And I hate it so much. You know what? The last story is from my aunt, so I'm gonna keep that as the last story because that one is funny as well. Okay, so I do have another one from China. An Asian in front of us was playing with a computer chair, and of course, fell off his chair. Someone was monitoring the earth hearing. Oh no! Someone was monitoring the call and they heard the Asian saying, "Thank you for calling!" Oh, kasi pa. That's so cute. That's funny. That is a talent. Yes, it is a talent to trip while wearing no shoes and on a flat surface. It's a talent I didn't really practice, but I have it. It's there. Oh god, that made me dizzy. Because I looked into my phone and I feel like I was so hyped for the stories and I just looked down, so I kind of got dizzy. So yeah. Now, while we're here, to anyone who's watching that is not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. Please. I'm still trying to reach at least 200 maybe within the year. So it's gonna take me 5 years to get to 1,000 and hopefully get our things monetized. But yeah. So yeah, thanks for another story of your agent. Being somebody in a higher position, usually you get stories like this. I don't have any other. I think there was one time that I got scolded by. I think this one is funny because I got scolded because I didn't know that changing my name in a particular database would change everything in the system, including the HR. So I used to work, as I said, I used to work for a collections department of a particular bank. And somebody I talked to just went crazy on the phone. He was asking for my name, then he's gonna search my name on the company's database according to him, just to verify if I was really with the bank. So I said, and I used the name Serenity because my real name is sort of kind of hard to pronounce. So I said I was Serenity and that was my last name. So I changed it in the system that we had, and I didn't know it would affect everything. So I think the HR reached out to my manager, to my team leader, asking if he had an agent named Serenity and then my last name. And he was like, I was called by my manager asking, "Is this you?" Yeah, I'm sorry. Did is that was somebody looking for me? Because I did have a customer that said they would search for me because they didn't want to talk to me. You know how the UK are in terms of their privacy and all, and we were sort of made to look like we were calling them out. So yeah, I was like, yeah, this is you, but don't change it because this is something internal, and our HR is wondering who the heck you are because they did not hire Serenity. Okay, I was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, I'll change it. So I think it was the HR that changed it for me back to my real name. So yeah, that was one funny story as well. So yeah, I'll do wait for a while. I'm still thinking about other stories I could share. I may have forgotten a lot of it. I did write most of the stories I said today. Um, and that's about it. So yeah, let me go ahead and read my last story. So this was from my aunt. I think I do have two different stories from her. I was told this one, so I pretty much know this one. So this one she sent me through chat. So she said, I was in a hurry to go to the toilet and I was in a hurry as well to go back to work. I did not notice that I was not able to properly hook and zip my work pants. I did not notice that it was now all the way down. A coworker shouted at me and said that I was naked, waist down. They laughed. Good thing I was wearing inner pants. So I'm assuming my aunt is wearing a different, like her personal pants and then protective work pants. So yeah, that was actually funny, and I'm glad my aunt sent this to me. It's just something that you don't usually hear from somebody, you know. I'm glad she sent that to me. Wait, who drank? Okay, so your story is when you were RSI. So your story is you and your coworker were having lunch, and instead of your water bottle, you drank patis or fish sauce instead of your water. You reached for the fish sauce bottle? So what did it taste like? So what did the fish sauce taste like? So yeah, that. Oh my gosh. Oh, Maria should have read their story before my aunt. But yeah, I love my aunt. Thank you for sharing that story to me. She also did one time, was so much in a hurry. She woke up late. She dressed up because she has to be in work. And then when she got to her workplace, it was closed. And then she checked, I think, her phone and realized it was a Sunday and there was no work on Sunday. I love my tita for sharing that story as well. So, yeah, guys, thank you for sharing your funny work stories with me. I hope anyone that's listening this finds it funny as well. If you do have any funny stories that you want to share, you can leave them in the comments so other once once I have the actual podcast out, and then we could have a laugh, you know. We kind of need that right now. And also, I don't know why I'm playing with two pens in my hands. So yeah, thank you for that. Everybody's gonna see how this podcast ends without editing yet, so might as well do it. So thank you for joining another episode of Noise in Silve's Head. So the next episode would be it's going to be a celebration because I made it to a year of doing this podcast. I was supposed to do it like every week before. I tried so hard, but yeah, I'm really bad with asking people out. No, not asking people out, but asking people to join the podcast since I don't really talk that much. I guess I post stuff, but but yeah. Okay, thank you for joining another episode of Noise in Silve's Head. Please, I know you've already liked the video, so if you do have time, please do listen to my podcast as well in Spotify and Anchor. If you have time, please like my page as well, which is Silverfire, Facebook.silverfire2014, because it was made in 2014. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do as well. I really want to grow the channel. Hopefully I get more like talking points, or I get more ideas from the comments. Once your idea has been made to a video, definitely will acknowledge you, because it's not my idea, and thank you for giving me that. Okay, so this episode is over. Thank you for joining, and I don't know, wait, I have to switch to different, and bye.